Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am finally getting around to filming the what was in my hospital bag versus what I actually used and wanted. My hospital experience was a little different than what I packed for. I went in thinking I would be having a vaginal birth, which would just be 2 days in the hospital. Turned out to be a little different. Ended up with an emergency C-section, and then my baby Lincoln was in the hospital in the NICU for a week, and so I stayed in the hospital for a week. So my experience was a little different from what I packed, and so let's just get through it. Okay, so for me, let's start with the clothes and what I packed that way. So the first thing is tank tops, and I packed 2, and these are just from Target. They're the maternity ones from Target. It's just the Isabel brand. I got a black one, and a white one. Yes, wore these. These were fantastic. This was like ended up being all I wore. I had brought a cute nursing tee. I had heard that the hospital, especially the maternity ward, tends to be warm, so to pack kind of light clothes, which is why I have the tank tops and then a t-shirt. And this is from Pink Blush, and so it is a nursing top, and so I thought, okay, great, that's cute, I'll wear this. The problem with this one is that it was so hard to nurse in, especially since I was brand new at this. I've never done this before. My baby was obviously brand new at this, and so there's a definite learning curve. And so when I would be nursing, I would have both breasts out, and this top made it extremely difficult to do that because you would want to switch from one to the other, and it was just so hard. And so I wore this like one day, and then I was done. Like, no. And honestly, have never worn it since. Tip for you ladies is try it on at home, and yeah, try your nursing bra and try taking it on and off, and with the shirt down, and do it on both sides and see if you can do it on both sides at the same time. And if you can, it will make it so much easier for you. On the other note of making sure you try them on at home and are comfortable in it, these cute lounge pants, which are adorable, again, I got from Pink Blush, and they're just regular lounge pants. They're not maternity. Tried them on at home, and they were tight, like uncomfortably tight. And I'm thinking, okay, well, it's because I got this huge belly. When I, have the baby, the huge belly won't be there. Well, there is still a little bit of a belly, and your butt doesn't go away that fast. And that was my problem. Yeah, you don't lose all the weight right away. So if it's uncomfortable at home, odds are it may be uncomfortable in the hospital. Even though you do lose some of the weight, you do lose some of the belly, you're sore, so you don't want anything tight. So you want it to be loose. And so if it's really tight at home, you're not going to want to wear it in the hospital. So again, these, packed them, never wore them. I did pack some other lounge pants, thank goodness. These are from Target again. This is the Gilligan and O'Malley brand. Ridiculously soft. These are like sleep pants. I wore them throughout my pregnancy. They were super comfortable. Love them. This is literally, I wore these every single day. Bras. Okay, so I brought a regular nursing bra, which I already packed away with maternity clothes. And I really did not like them. I did not like your normal maternity bra or nursing bras. They just weren't that comfortable to me. I did love these sleeping, and again, this is from Target, Gilligan O'Malley. They're just the sleep nursing bras. So I brought 2 of them. Love these. They're so easy to use. They're so comfortable. There's no snaps. It's just, you just pull it to the side. They're super comfy. And then I had gone to Walmart and got some really big, cheap underwear. I was told to get them big, and so I did. I got a size bigger than I thought I would be, and oh my god, they're huge. But seriously, they were so good. So they give you like mesh panties at the hospital, and those are good for like the first day or two, but after that it was too much for me, and so I liked having regular underwear on. So I packed a bunch of those. Socks. I brought a variety of socks, and I never wore them. I wore just the hospital socks. My feet swelled so bad, and so my regular socks did not fit. I had packed slippers. I got these free at Victoria's Secret with a coupon. Never wore them. I don't like slippers. I don't wear slippers. I personally don't even like these. I think they're ugly. I would never wear them. I don't know why I brought them, because I don't wear slippers. I'm not a slipper person, but everyone was saying you had to bring slippers. You don't. You really don't. You don't need them. And along with that is flip-flops. I got a pair of cheap flip-flops at Old Navy, and I didn't wear these either. I brought these because people suggested to bring flip-flops for the shower, and I know I'm not usually super skeeved out by that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. I didn't use them. I knew going into it I probably wouldn't use them. I should have saved the space. And then these are the shoes that I wore to the hospital. It's February, it was cold, and I was really glad I wore these, because this is what I wore around the hospital. I liked that it had like a solid sole, and they were slip-on, easy to slip on, easy to slip off. Way more comfortable for me than slippers. So I made sure I wore these to the hospital, because I figured this is what I would actually wear, and this is what I use. So these are just like the UGG shoes. Next is a robe, and I actually brought 2 robes, and at the time I thought that was a little excessive, but I'm glad that I did. So this robe is my pretty robe that I got from Pink Blush. Got the pretty fabric, and so I thought I would bring this one for pictures and stuff, and I want to look cute. The thing is, it ripped at the collar like right away, which was kind of lame, and it had no pockets at all. So again, I think I wore this one time, and that was it, because I think had I just had a regular birth and stayed in the room and had the baby in the room with me, this would have been fine and I'd been happy with it. But having a NICU baby and having to go downstairs to the NICU every 2 hours, I needed pockets. I needed somewhere to put my phone. I needed somewhere to put the Nipple Shield that they had given me, or the milk that I had pumped or something. Like, I wanted pockets, and I hated that did not have pockets. That drove me crazy. I did wear this one. This is one I got from Target, and again, Gilligan and O'Malley. So soft. Okay, so this is just a plain black robe. It's very lightweight, and it had pockets. It had pockets. So this is the one that I wore, and I loved it, and it was great until I got milk and formula spilled all over me. A bag for dirty clothes. Yes. So bring a bag for the dirty stuff, because you will. I mean, stuff gets gross. You bleed, you have all these fluids. All the fluids. They come from everywhere. And so bring a bag for dirty clothes, and then bring a bag because the hospital will send you home with stuff. Toiletries stuff. I kind of packed the basics of toiletries, and I just went to Target, and I went to their trial travel section, and I just grabbed stuff from there. The face wipes, I usually use the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes, and they had I think they were Ponds that were there, and they were pretty cheap, so I was just like, alright, whatever. And for that smell of them really got to me, and so I wish I had just kept my normal stuff. The tissues I had hesitated on bringing, and do it. Even if it's just this tiny little travel pack or whatever. There are tissues at the hospital, but they're really not good quality. And so it was nice having like good tissues. I was there for a week. Dry shampoo doesn't cut it for a week for me, especially since I went in with dirty hair to begin with. So my husband actually ended up going home and getting me my shampoo and conditioner. And so I wish I had packed that. And I did pack makeup, and I used it once. Really could have gone without that too. I just didn't need it. Phone charger, and mine had, I have the extra long cord, which if you go ahead and spend the money and get the extra long, because you don't know exactly where all the outlets will be, and it was nice having a long one so I wouldn't have to fight that. Because really, my phone was my entertainment. My phone and the TV that they had there. I brought my laptop, never opened it. Brought books, yep, never read them. I also brought his calendar, which I didn't write in while I was there. I did bring a notebook, just a regular like journal notebook that I hadn't written in yet, and so I did write in there kind of some bits of the story. So I was glad I had something to write on, but I really didn't need to bring this. I packed a Ziploc bag full of quarters and $1 bills for the vending machines and things, and that was really great. We totally used that. We loved that. It was nice to get like a little snack every once in a while. My husband used it. And I did bring my own pillow. I always feel more comfortable with my own pillow, and I'm really glad that I brought it. And I would suggest that you use a colorful pillowcase so that way the hospital knows that one is yours and they won't take it or mess with it or anything like that. The rest is all kind of stuff I've packed for me, for the afterbirth and breastfeeding and stuff like that. The hospital provides pads, huge giant pads, and I had heard other people had suggested that you bring your own as well in case you don't like them. So I did, and I brought 2 different varieties of them, and I really like super crazy heavy duty ones, and then these ones are still like the heavy duty, but not as much. And I wish I had packed more of these, of the lighter ones, because I did not bleed that much. I really didn't. And I don't know if this has something to do with me being a C-section, because I would say the first day was heavy, and then it kind of turned into just like a regular period for me. And so I really did not need the crazy heavy duty. It was actually really uncomfortable to wear a big crazy heavy duty because I didn't need it. So I was glad I had packed my own, because my own were a lot lighter than the hospital ones, but they were still way too thick for what I needed. So I wished I had packed some lighter ones. Tuck pads, the CVS brand of them. I haven't opened them, didn't need them, because my wound was not down there. The Earth Mama Angel Baby brand, and it's the new Mama Bottom Spray. So it's a perennial mist. Never used it. Didn't need it. Brand, the Earth Mama Angel Baby, the natural nipple butter for your nipples after. I didn't really need it. I used it a tiny little bit. It kind of stinks, which was a big turn off to me, so which is one of the reasons why I didn't use it. I think it's maybe a good idea if you're really particular of a certain brand, or you have to be natural. I'm not a super crazy granola natural person. The hospital has Lanolin, and they offer to give it to you, so you really don't need to bring your own. They will provide that for you. And I'm sure they would provide you with some sort of like a cooling, numbing, misty thing. They never offered it to me because I didn't have a vaginal birth. Something that they did give me, this is the one the hospital provides, cleansing bottle, and I did take it home. I brought, however, the Frida Baby Friday, and I 100% suggest that you get this. This is how it comes. Here you go. You fill this part with water, either cool or warm, however you feel. Twist this on, and there you go. Okay, so the great thing is that this has, the neck is angled just right. So you can hold it down there and then you squeeze this guy. It's super easy to squeeze, and this makes it super easy to aim. Even though I was not a vaginal birth, this was still really great because it really kind of cleaned. I felt really kind of clean after. And I had to be careful of my incision that was right there. So, and it was hard to kind of bend over. So even though I was allowed to like wipe or whatever, I didn't really want to. I didn't want to be bending that much. So this was really great. So either way, I totally suggest you get this. Okay, and then I did pack some breast pads, disposable ones, and didn't use them, didn't need them. My milk did not come in until for a while, to the point that like I didn't get to the point where I was leaking for quite some time. So you don't really need them, but I brought them. I brought the this is the Bamboobies, I think is the brand, and it's like their washable ones. So I packed some washable ones, as well as the disposable. Didn't use any of them. And a nursing cover, and this one doubles as like a car seat cover and stuff. This was good because even though like when I was pumping or whatever in the room, people would just kind of come in all the time, and you kind of get used to it. And towards the end, like part of me kind of didn't really care, like whatever, everyone sees it. So I kind of stopped caring a bit, but I packed this thinking I would care and be all modest and stuff. And sometimes it was nice to have, but sometimes it got annoying. When you're first learning how to do all this, you really are kind of clueless, and you need the help, and you need your nurses to come in and kind of show you how, and they'll kind of manipulate you however you need to be, and you just kind of let them. And so it was kind of easier to just literally just let it all hang out. If you are super modest and nervous about people seeing all your bits and pieces, yeah, bring a nursing cover. But you may not use it. And I also brought my Boppy Pillow. I brought it to the hospital. I never brought it inside. I left it in the car, and I didn't need it. I used, when we were in the NICU, they had pillows there that I used to kind of prop things. And if you really want to use the Boppy, bring it in and start with it. I didn't start with it. I just started with a regular, just a pillow. And so for me, that was what was easier, because that's how I started. And that was pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything that I packed for me. I had my purse with my wallet that had my insurance information and my license. And the hospital gave me I have like 5 folders from the hospital with all the paperwork and stuff in it. Or if you want to bring a folder, that might be a good idea, just in case, because every hospital is a little bit different. And I would definitely take the hospital tour and ask them these questions. Do you provide this? Do you provide, yeah, just ask them and they'll let you know. Things that I did not bring, and some of it I just didn't even know about that the hospital provided, which I was really grateful I had, was, and this is really dirty and gross and I need to throw it away, is a nipple shield. I was having a hard time with the breastfeeding, and one of the nurses in the NICU suggested I use this, and it was helpful for a little bit. And then it got a little bit frustrating, and so we kind of stopped using it. But this right here is a lifesaver, and I highly suggest that you buy these and bring these in case the hospital doesn't provide them, because this was seriously a lifesaver. If you're planning on breastfeeding, you need these. You need these. If you don't want your nipples to hurt and crazy bad, this is what helped me. It wasn't the cream. It wasn't the Nipple Shield. It was this. And it is the Medela Therma Shell. It's this like shell. And you have pockets up here. It's kind of thick. And then right in here. So what you do is you put this right over your nipple and you do the holes up. So that way if you leak, it's going inside here at the bottom and it's kind of filling up in here. And if it's upside down, then it's going to come out onto your clothes. So this way, and then you still have like some circulation in. And it comes apart in 2 pieces, makes it easy to clean. And so what, for me, it wasn't necessarily that they were cracked or bleeding or anything, but they would get, this is so TMI, and I'm sorry for anyone who is not having a baby. You may not want to watch this video, actually, because a lot of us is TMI. But they didn't get like cracked or bleeding or anything like that. They would get like swollen. They would be huge, and they would, anytime anything would touch them, it would hurt. So, and they would be wet. And so they would like stick to my bra, like, because they'd be like kind of wet, and you would have to like peel the bra off, and it hurt. That is what hurt. So this was a shell to protect them. It was a lifesaver. So nothing, it would be like a safe little area and nothing could touch it. I love these in the hospital. I used them the whole time that I was breastfeeding. I think that's everything that I packed for myself and that I really wanted for myself. Baby stuff. I packed way too much for the baby. So I included a few different outfits and a variety of sizes. So I had a preemie outfit in case he was small, which is like a joke. He was 9 pounds 8 ounces. And I knew he was not going to be a small baby, but I packed it just in case. So I packed a preemie outfit, a sleeper, and then a going home outfit. Socks for the baby, hat for the baby. I packed diapers, a swaddle. I liked the Swaddle Me. I packed a Swaddle Me swaddle, and all of the stuff is with his newborn clothes, which is up in the attic. But and then I also packed his custom-made blanket with his name for pictures, and a swaddling blanket, like a muslin blanket, and I packed some diapers, some Desitin, and a pacifier. I did ask on my tour if they provide pacifiers for the baby, and I was kind of told like a strict no way. But then he's in the NICU and they are handing out pacifiers like it's candy. Like one of them dropped on the floor, and the nurse just picked it up and threw it in the trash and went and just got a new one. And I was like, what? She leaves and I'm breastfeeding and I'm like, Patrick, go get that, go get that, go get that. In our family we call them dummies. I think it's a Scottish thing. I'm like, go get that dummy, like go get it. And he's like, no, it's in the trash. I'm like, we can sanitize it, boil it when we get home, it'll be fine. And he told me I'm way too cheap. That the whole moral of that story is I didn't need the pacifier that I packed because they had him there. But had I been a normal birth, that wouldn't have been the case. And that's kind of it. That's kind of everything that I packed. I didn't need the diapers, I didn't need the Desitin, I didn't need the pacifier, I didn't need all of the outfits, I just needed the one. I didn't need the blankets. I didn't end up doing any kind of like photo shoot there. They did have a photographer for the hospital who would do going away pictures, but he was released at like 10 o'clock at night, so she wasn't there, so I didn't do anything. So I didn't need this. I didn't need his Boppy. I didn't need most of the stuff that I brought. So next time that I have a baby, I'm definitely going to be a lot more simple in my packing and just kind of go with my gut. And so that's my suggestion for you guys. Okay, you do you. Go with your gut. If you really think you're going to use them, bring it. It's better to have it. Just say it, better safe than sorry. But if you know for a fact you're never going to use it, don't bother. It's much... I wish I had packed a little bit lighter in certain areas. So those are my tips. That's what I brought. That's what I needed. And so I hope that this is helpful to you guys. Maybe. So, and if it's not, then in however many years, if I ever have another baby, it may be helpful to me to remember these things, because who knows how my memory is going to be. Again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up. If you are interested in my other videos and learning more about me and watching more, go ahead and subscribe. That would be fabulous. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.